I always thought it would be cool if you could go back and listen to the day-to-day of today's highest achievers as it happened, as opposed to 30 years later after they've made it. I believe there's a giant disconnect between ground zero and the top floor because we only see the top floor and the top floor only talks about the top. How valuable would that be? And so it goes without saying, but I believe I'll make it there. And this is the documented journey through each level. My name is Bryson Sessions, and you are listening to the Bed Podcast.
All right, I got my drink, so we're good. So you'll hear at the end of this show, after I say thanks for listening, peace, that there's an intro of this show that is just so bad that I put it at the end of the show to not have this be such a shitty intro, but whatever. So this is the Bevvy episode. Went and got a drink. I just wanted a drink, so I'm just dragging ass today, and I'm not doing too good. So what I did do is went and got a drink from the store. I'm headed back home, and I'm going to pretty much clean my whole place, get everything in order, tidy up my office, move some things around, and get my camera set up actually, and start messing around with some camera angles and some lighting and things like that so that we can get the filming going for the podcast. So, and it's not this podcast, it's the other one, which would be the fitness-ish one, which I've talked about. So I'm going to touch on that again real quick. So, Your New Norm, that was supposed to be the other show, but given the change of direction as far as what I'm prioritizing right now, which is the fitness coaching program, mental or mindset coaching program, you name it, that will be the podcast, because that will allow me to kill lots of birds with one stone. So I can record content, or I can record the podcast, upload it to YouTube. So we got YouTube.
Simply meander through a treasure.
We get YouTube out of this, which is something I've always wanted to do. Then we get bite-sized pieces of content out of this. So for Instagram or Reels or YouTube Shorts or whatever, that'll be, 15 seconds to 1 minute long. So we get social media content out of that. Then from there we get some audio clips or whatever. I don't really know what I was going to do with that. But we have long form, which is YouTube. Then we have the short bite-sized pieces, which is a shit ton for social media, which is content. And then I can do things like take still image shots, like screenshots of me, and then add some text to it, something like that. So I get a lot from this, right? And this is going to be used to market and advertise my program and to give away a lot of free stuff. Because with every episode of the podcast, with that, I want to give away something for free, some kind of valuable like PDF file or some kind of guide, something. And so it's going to require a lot of work on my end to do that and to get absolutely nothing from it. But I'm just doing everything that I'm learning right now, and I'm trying to not question what somebody who makes hundreds of millions of dollars per year does. Because if they're doing it and they're explaining how to do it step by step and have nothing to gain from it other than me growing my own business up to a point into where they can purchase it from me, which is their goal, which is Alex Mosey's business model, which is crazy. And I think I left my garage door open, dude. Awesome, I sure did. So, so it's such an interesting model real quick. So Alex Mosey, he gives away everything for free, all of his good stuff, because these are all lead magnets for him. So giving away books and information and whatever else so that we can grow our businesses to multi-million-dollar levels and to get something out there. He's doing all of that so that we grow our businesses up that high. It's going to be loud as shit for a sec. So that we grow our businesses up so much that he can invest in them, buy them, turn them around, and then have that as an asset for his portfolio. That's his whole business model. So right there, his goal is to give away shit so good for free that we use that and make our own stuff so good that he buys it. So it's in his best interest to give away all the secrets, right? Because that's what we get our businesses to a certain level for him to buy. All right, so the same thing 300 different times. Guys, this is my door real quick. I'm gonna listen to this. Oh, wow. Well, never mind, my door's shut. We're fine. Okay, so it's in his best interest to give away his best secrets, if you want to call them that, for free. So all the advice that I've been given from him, all the guides, all the lessons, whatever, everything that I'm learning from him, I've just been applying. I've been trying to apply with what I have, and I'm just going to run with it. So I want to give away a shit ton of stuff for free, and I want to put a lot of work and effort into making the thing better. I almost said gooder right there, dude. I'm not going to lie, but I want to make things so much gooder than the other shit that my free stuff is other people's paid stuff. And that's the goal. So one of the things that I was working on a couple weeks ago, was I was thinking about different topics I could talk about in the show, in the podcast, and then a free thing that could go with that. So for example, one little 20-minute segment I could talk about would be how to create your own workout program, how to follow it, or not how to follow, how to, like if your goal is this, how to create a program for that. If your goal is that, how to create a program for this, whatever. And the PDF file or the downloadable document or whatever you want to call it would be just that. It would be a comprehensive guide on how to do that. And it would be free. All you have to do is go to my website or something. I don't know, figure that out. Click download, it's yours. Ta-da. So I was thinking of different things I could make for free. And so I have a list of 20 things that I could do to give away for free for that podcast. So going back to what I was talking about, I am about to be out of breath again. That's what I'm doing today. So I went and got a drink. Now I'm going to go back up to my office, get that organized, get some things moved around. I've got a lot of shit on the floor, a lot of things I'd like to get rid of. And I'm going to see what the camera angles look like, because it's not a blacked out room. I've got blinds and natural light that come in, and I'll be recording the show after work. So about right now. So wherever the sun's at right now is about where it would always be when I'm recording the show. So I'm trying to figure out the lighting for that so that I can purchase the other lights necessary to I just lost my train of thought. Get the other lights necessary to make a nice look. And you don't need all that shit, but I would like it because it's kind of the look I'm going for. So that's what I'm doing. So it's kind of my day in a nutshell. I don't think it's going to take me all night long to do, but I will be going to sleep at 8 o'clock tonight. I will be. I 1000% promise I will, because I have not slept longer than 6 hours, maybe 5.5 in the last, I don't know, dude, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks. And that's the norm for a lot of people. But dude, I'm struggling, I'm dragging ass, and I don't want to feel that way anymore. So gotta get some sleep, because didn't hit the gym today either. And that was also planned out. It wasn't like I bailed out. Just have had the stomach bug a little bit last few days. So I wanted to give myself a little breather, so I'm not shitting my pants at the gym, not getting some UPS pants at the gym. So yeah, that's my day. So at work today, if you listen to yesterday's show, I was talking about me getting kind of set up for the rest of, I don't know, this chapter 2, we're going to call it. And so I was just running numbers, nothing that I haven't done already, but I was just, what I did today was actually, I ran a little timed exhibition, if you want to call it that, of how long it would take me to go on the Instagram, find somebody to message based on the criteria that I'm looking for, look at their profile, find something unique about them, make a comment about that, and send them a DM about whatever the thing is. For example, I found a guy, hold on, I'm gonna pause on that. So I go in there, find something, send him a message just to initiate a conversation so that we can funnel that through to get them aware of my program. So then after that, I would go into my Google Sheets file, and I would log in. I would log all the data of that interaction. So what's the Instagram name? Did I message them? Yeah. Did they message back? No. What did I follow up? Yeah. What message did I send them? Was it this script, that script, this script, or that script? You know, what's the date today? What time did I message them? You know, just stuff like that. It's super simple. I made it so it's all drop down, so I don't have to really type much. I just have to click the drop down arrow and click the thing that fits whatever I'm talking about. So that is customer relationship management. I think that's what CRM stands for.
Because if I message 3,000 people a month, I would like to know what works and what doesn't work, so I'm not messaging. For example, if I message 3,000 people a month and I get 5 sales, that's probably pretty shitty. So I'd like to know how I can get more than 5 sales. So I'm gonna look at all the things that worked of those 5, or maybe look at all the things that worked to get somebody to show up to a call. And maybe that number is 50, but I only closed 10%, right? So if I look at those numbers, I can see, I can find the common denominator of those interactions. So it's like, okay, well, it looks like all 50 of these appointment show-ups, that shows, whatever you want to call it, it looks like all 50 of them, I sent the same DM script, and I sent and it was, I happened to message them all on the weekend. I don't know, just some bullshit. So that way I can see that and be like, wow. So it looks like that's a sweet spot. So I got to double down on these. And then I'll run another 3,000 DMs or another 1,000, whatever. And then find the common denominator with the wins on that one. And then, rinse and repeat until I have a winning formula to where I message 1,000 people and maybe 100 people sign up, Man can wish. So that's kind of the idea. And I know there's softwares out there that I can pay to do, to have this be a little bit easier. And I'm looking into a few of them. However, I'm so new to all of this, so I don't even really know what I'm looking for. And it's not like you have Costco and Samsung to choose from, or Samsung, Sam's Club. There's not a choice between Walmart and Target. There's dozens of these things out there, like multiple dozens, and they're all specific to one thing that might be superior to the other. Same with fitness softwares. It's not just Costco, Sam's Club. You've got literally like 20 different ones you can choose from, and all 20 of them are pretty good, so it's like, which one do I go with? And it's kind of tough to choose to find the best bang for your buck, because once you get set up and you sign up with one and you put all your data into one, it would be such a headache to then be like, this ain't too good, I'm going to switch to the other one, and then have to transfer all your shit over to that one. And maybe that one's not good, so you do it again. But I'm running numbers to see how many DMs I need to send per day, because that's pretty, I think that's about the next thing I'm going to start doing. So I'm going to get the other podcasts up and rolling, get the content rolling on my profile, to have a profile that looks like what I'm talking about, and go from there. So I was like, okay, if I'm trying to make $2,000 a month, how many DMs do I need to send per day based on a certain close rate, a certain show up, or a certain appointment or call booking, and then based off that, how much percentage do I need to have show up to the call, and then based off of that, how much percentage do I need to have sign up. So I was just running numbers, and I'll read to you kind of a very shitty, like not worst case scenario, but shitty. So if I send 1,000 DMs, which is 33 a day, this is per month, which is 33 a day at 7 days a week, or 50 per day at 5 days a week, and I get 25 people to book an appointment, and then that's 2.5%. And then I have about 12 people show up for that appointment, which is 1.25% of total of the whole number. And then I close 3 people. That's a total of 0.3% of people that I messaged signed up for the program. And if it's if they sign up for the month to month, if that's the price that I go with, the numbers are here, but it would be about $900 profit. And that would be over the course of 1 month, but that would repeat 4 times because it's month to month for 16 weeks. So that's 4 months, just about. And then the paid in full would be $3,000. So I wouldn't actually make more on the month to month, but with the paid in full, I get all the money up front, obviously. So based off of that, if I want to make $3,000 a month, I need to message 1,000 people per day with a 0.3 close rate I guess that's not an accurate number. It would be, 12 show up and I close 3. So that would be a 25% close rate. So, or 20 to 25% close rate. So is that doable? For me, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really ignorant to a lot of this stuff, and I'm learning. So if that's what it takes, it's what it takes. But already out the gate, 33 a day at 7 days a week, or 50 a day at 5 days a week, which seems like that's much more likely given the fact that I'm working 3 jobs right now, and
I'm not sure how much longer I'm not going to have work at my full-time job. So I'll probably actually have to work at my job. Crazy, sad, boohoo, poor me. So given those numbers, that's what I got to aim for. But I would like to aim for more so that I can get more reps in and learn quicker and hopefully get more signups and make more of an impact. And of course, generate some more revenue. So that's 1,000. So if you go all the way up to 3,000 and I send 3,000 DMs a day, 7 days a week, or 150 a day, 5 days a week, which I don't even know if Instagram will let you. So if I do that and I get 75 to 300 people to book an appointment, and then 37 to 150 show, because that's 3,000 people we're talking about, and I close 9 to 38 of those appointments, that leaves me with a profit, and this is crazy to even look at, but it's just numbers, dude. That leaves me with a profit of a month-to-month to 2,800 to 11,000, and a paid in full profit of 9,000 to 38,000. And the thought alone of making $38,000 in 1 month is so unreal for me and where I'm at. I'm in such disbelief that that's even an option. And I believe in myself, but to think that that's possible for me this year, it's weird to think, dude. I completed Live Hard, and I still don't feel like it's weird, man. It's crazy to think. And then to think I make 38 grand in 1 month. That's best case scenario, right? If I send 3,000 DMs and I get 300 people to book an appointment, and then I get half of those people to show up, and then I get a close rate of, 20%? About 25%. It's 38 grand in 1 month. That's crazy. That's half my year's salary with 3 jobs in 1 month. So obviously the goal is to have as much as possible and to, be as great as I can, but there's a huge learning curve here because I'm new to this. So the worst case scenario is that 1,000 DMs a day, right? Or a day, holy fuck. 33 a day at 7 days a week, or 50 a day at 5 days a week, which is probably likely because can't really do shit at FedEx. So that, and then if I close 20% of the people who show up, that leaves me with 3 sales a month. And 3 sales at a paid in full allows me to quit FedEx entirely. So pretty cool that the first goal we have actually buys back 64 hours per month of my time. Even more so because I'm working every Sunday. So that would be 22, 44, 74 hours, I believe, right? 76 hours total. Yeah, 76 hours total. It'd actually be 78. Whatever, man. 78 total hours per month I would get back. And I've already talked about this, but if I can make $3 grand right now with 60 hours, 80 hours a month, and I get pretty much 80 hours back, I should then be able to, someone's screaming, I should be able then to double the income, so I should be able to get $6 grand. And at $6 grand a month, I can quit my full-time job at Hill Air Force Base. And if I quit my full-time job at Hill Air Force Base, that gives me an additional 160 hours per month. And now going off of the numbers that we have now, I should be able to then make 12 grand a month, which is like double the amount that I make now. So this is all paper math. This is all, the best way I can describe it is this is all based on very weak numbers, but more importantly, it's based off of my willingness to actually work and grind to make this happen. Because all of this is, dude, it's fun to dream and it's fun to put the shit on paper and it's fun to be like, if I do this and this and this, then I get this. But now, the dreaming's over. Now you have to put in the work. Now you have to sit down at your desk. Now you have to message 100 people. And you have to have intent with these messages. You got to try. You got to try to connect to people. You got to try to talk to them. And you got to try to actually get to know what's going on, what their struggles are, what their goals are, so that I can actually show them what my program does and how it can benefit people.
Because if I can't do that, I will not have signups, I will not make an impact, and I will not make money. Period. So it's easy to check off boxes. It's much more difficult to, do it with intent and check off the boxes with, just with intent. That's what I'm trying to say. So I ran those numbers. I was looking at it. I was like, okay, man, I just got to sign up 3 people a month. That's it. 3 people a month. So Alex Hormozi has a great analogy with a dating profile. So let's say you meet your match on a dating profile where you're swiping or whatever. Let's say there's 10,000 profiles on there. So if you do, 2 swipes a day, you get on there, you swipe twice, it's like, man, this sucks. It's going to take you, just for easy math purposes, you say you swipe once, right? And there's 1,000 people on there. Let's just say it's an easy picture to paint. Let's just say that your lifetime partner is match 1,000 or swipe 1,000. So if you're going to swipe once a day, which nobody does, I know, you swipe once a day, it's going to take you 1,000 days to find your match, that gold mine, your lover, your partner, your whatever. But if you brute force your way in there and you put in 1,000 or 100 times more work per day to find what you're looking for, to strike gold, and you swipe 100 times, which is probably realistic, so whatever, but you swipe 100 times per day, you're going to find your lifelong partner, the gold mine, whatever, in 10 days, because 10 times 100 is 1,000. And in this example, the 1,000th is your match, right? So it's not about being lucky or having skill necessarily, but if you just do enough volume, you'll get the numbers. And with that volume, you'll get better because you have 1,000 reps. You have 1,000, you're going through 1,000 profiles. You have a pretty good idea at the very end of what you're looking for. It's like, oh man, I've been swiping on a shit ton of blondes, but so every girl that's a brunette, I'm out, so I automatically, not even a question, so just out. Same with repetitions as far as all this goes. You message 1,000 people and you're like, oh dude, so all the people that are already doing 75 hard don't message me back, so I'm probably just going to stop that altogether. And then by the time you've done this for 6 months, and I'm speaking from theory here because I haven't done it, but you're 6 months in and it's like, dude, I know the type of people who will respond to my messaging and my profile and my style, my brand, my marketing. And I know the people who don't. So now, because I have this experience, I'm not going to message the people that don't, because obviously they don't interact with my shit. So why waste my time? And you get better and better and better and better. So if I'm doing 2,000 a month, 2,000 DMs a month, in 1 year, that's 24,000 DMs. So 24,000 reps to message somebody, and we'll say half of that I get a conversation back. We'll say 20% I get a conversation back. So that is 4,800 people that I'm in a conversation with, right? And let's say 10% of those people show up to a call. So we have 480 people that show up to a call. Let's say half of those people we'll just say 20% of those people I close as well. So 20% of 480 would be 96. So we have 96 people that sign up. That's 96, 96 people who sign up. That's 96 wins as far as a sale goes for me to have evidence that I can do, I can sign people up, right? And that's a shit ton of volume. But tell you what, dude, $96,000 more in my bank account, and 96 lives changed how mine was changed through Live Hard. That's not a bad thing. That'll never be a bad thing. The only thing that's the caveat here is I have to work my ass off for this. I have to be on my phone a lot, sending messages, doing my due diligence as far as finding leads to engage in, people to message, and being smart about it, because everybody's got a contact list on their phone. I can message everybody in my contacts. I can go on my email and find all the people who I've ever emailed in my entire life. And eventually these lists run out. They're all the people that I know and have come in contact with and whatever. So maybe that list is 1,000. So maybe that's my first month. That's cool. But after that, I'm going to have to start figuring out who to message. I'm going to figure out what doors I need to knock, metaphorically speaking. So then, I got to start being, I have to start rowing the right boat, but not only that, but rowing in the right direction. So what I mean by that is, it's really easy to go on Instagram and just go to somebody's followers and then just click one guy, message him, click the next guy, message him. And depending on the person they follow, that might be an option. But I'm not going to go to Taylor Swift. I'm going to go to her followers and then click on, all the people that follow her. Because for one, I'm only training guys. So if I message 80 girls out of 100 and the other 20 are guys, already I've wasted my time with people who I'm not even trying to train. And no, I'm not sexist. My program's for men. Whoops. So I always have to put that in there because of the world today. But anyway, so all that to say, now I have to dial in, put my head down, and just grind. So no joke, I've kind of slipped with video games, kind of, because I got some on my phone. And I'm just committing to the fact that once I start doing this, I'm just removing all distractions from my phone until I can get some kind of proof that what I'm doing is working. And if that means temporarily I have absolutely no games on my phone, I have no entertainment, quote unquote entertainment, nothing to distract me, then that's what it's going to take. So that means no more chess. That means no more Diablo, no more Minecraft, no more Among Us, just for the time being. Because if I can prove to myself that I can do this consistently, then my whole world is going to change forever. Because if I can make 38 grand in 1 month, dude, I don't know what I would do. It takes me 6 months to make that right now. But if I can do that in 1 month, I don't know, man. It's just pretty crazy to think about. So, even half of that for me. Even a quarter of that for where I'm at right now while working my 3 jobs. And that's not a flex. I'm just saying that as a reference point of I don't have that much time right now. So if I can do that with that much time, then in theory I could triple that by getting all my time back in my day, right? Because I only have about 4 to 5 hours-ish per day to work on my shit. So I could triple that. Then are you telling me I can make almost 120 grand a month? And then dude, insane to think about. I can't even handle probably 30 people right now. So I don't know, man. So there's a lot coming down the pipeline, but none of this matters if I don't put my head down and work. So everything that I just said goes right out the window, and it's all theory and fun and vision and whatever. It's, mental masturbation. That's all it will ever be if I don't put my head down and work. So that's the price I'm going to have to pay to get the results that I'm after. So that's just what it's going to take. So that's what I have to do. So that's probably happening in the next couple weeks because I'm finishing up the program, and I'm also working on the fitness podcast with video, which is what I'm going to do as soon as I hang up here. Hang up, nice. As soon as I end the show. And so I guess that's the show. I don't know what else to talk about. Just really tired. I would like to go to sleep on time, and I will, because I don't have any obligations other than what I'm doing right now. And I am prioritizing sleep tonight. So we're going to see how I feel tomorrow. So anyway, that's the show. And I'm going to put in that 2-minute intro after this because it was so shit. So now you can listen to that. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Peace.
The ball and they feel
all right.
confident.
Nice, dude. I love when I go to start a show and then that goes on. It's great. So this is the Bevvy episode. I'm tired of shit. I'm barely staying awake, so I'm gonna go grab a drink from the Gassy, which is code for gas station. So that's what this show is. So here we go. We're driving. Can you imagine if that was it? All right. So here's what I want to talk about today. I'll probably have to pause while I go in there and get a drink, but. Okay, real quick. So growing up all my life at my grandma's house, she lived walking distance. She does live walking distance from, what the fuck is going on? She lives walking distance from a gas station. It's called the Depot. And we would go, and I would walk down there to grab a drink. And it's just one of those fun things I enjoy doing. You just walk down with your buddy, with your brother, your uncle, your aunt, your mom, whatever. You buy a drink. That's it. You walk back. Maybe 2-minute walk. It's so you can see the open sign from my grandma's house. So going and getting a drink, that was always something I look forward to doing, and I still do that now. And it's just a core memory of mine. So there you go. There's that. So anyway, going to the store, Oh yeah, the reason why I brought that up, yeah. So there's a gas station right by my house, but it's not really necessarily walking distance. Like, it's there, it's close. But you have to walk around the fence, and you got to go across the street, and then you got to walk down quite a ways. Maybe like a grand total of a 10-minute walk. I don't know. Nah, it's probably like 8. But it's not that close. So I guess what I'm trying to say is this intro sucks ass, and it's not walking distance. That's why I'm driving. So I'm putting this at the end of the show, man. This is some horse shit. This is a horrible fucking intro. Hold on.
Hey, thanks for listening, and quick reminder here. So this podcast doesn't prioritize professionalism or quality at all. It's just meant to be a shoot from the hip type podcast with the intent just to get a quick message out. So some episodes might be inaudible in 30 seconds, and others might be 45 minutes and super crisp sounding. So all these are being made so that by episode 7,305, which is 20 years, we can come back and see the entire playbook of how I made it to wherever I'm going. So thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.